welcome to another episode of Pooches at Play.
This week we are in Sydney, and as always we're going to have loads of food and nutrition as well as training tips.
And lots of happy pooches, of course, joining us. So sit back, grab a cuppa and enjoy the show.
Hope you have fun. Come on, let's go. Come on.
You've learnt nothing. That is not how you stop a dog pulling on the lead.
I'm sorry. The Staffordshire Bull Terrier comes from the Staffordshire region of England. They were originally bred from crossing bulldogs and other terrier breeds for bull and bear baiting, until thankfully the practice was banned in the UK in the 1830s. Now, affectionately known as the English Staffy, it is one of Australia's most popular breeds.
It sure is. The Staffy, like the beautiful buddy here, shares its lineage with the pit bull and are renowned for their strength, courage and loyal spirit. They're loving and playful and great with kids, making them the perfect family pet, though their exuberance needs to be watched around the younger ones. Being a terrier, they love to dig, chase cats and are not always great with other dogs outside of the home as they're very protective of their family. However, if pets are raised together as a family, they can get along. So early socialisation and positive but firm and consistent training is key for this breed.
Now, as you can see in Buddy here, the Staffy is stocky and strong and has a smooth, short coat and come in a variety and mix of colours. Their expected lifespan is a wide-ranging 10 to 14 years.
The Staffy requires a lot of daily exercise, mental and physical stimulation and human attention. They are eager to please and good obedience training and early socialisation is an absolute must. The Staffy is well known for their need for company, so leaving them alone in the backyard or long periods will almost certainly lead to separation-related behaviours such as barking, whining, anxiety and destructiveness.
They need to live as a member of your family, but also having access to playing outside in a small to medium-sized yard, as they are very active, even indoors. They need a lot of exercise outside the home, or they will find their own way to entertain themselves.
They certainly will.
Sturdy and interactive toys designed for that strong Staffy jaw are a must as well, as chewing puppies or a bored Staffy will pretty much chew through anything. That's
right. The Staffordshire Bull Terrier is predisposed to juvenile cataracts and allergic dermatitis. This can result in itching and secondary skin and ear infections. They are completely fearless and curious, so need to be watched as they are known to jump from extreme heights or run through glass doors or windows without a second thought. So to get a quote from Bow Wow Meow Pet Insurance specific to this breed, or to cover your own dog for illness or injury, visit their website.
And if you'd like to find out more about the Staffordshire Bull Terrier and if it's compatible with your lifestyle, check out the Bow Wow Meow Breed Selector tool on the site as well.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. You did well.
Buddy.
No jumping through windows for you.
No.
Some of the most common dog behaviour issues I see as a dog trainer are either due to a lack of early socialisation or they're just not getting that mental and physical stimulation that dogs need in their day. We go off to work all day, long hours, leaving them with nothing to do and nothing to keep their bodies moving or their brains going. So a really simple way to help combat this is things like interactive toys, putting little treats. I love this VitaPet chicken stick because you can break it up really small. That's important because we don't want to overtreat our dogs. We want to give them about 10% of their total calorie intake from their treats only. And these are great because meat is the first ingredient, which is really important. So using small little bits that can get their nose working, get their brains working, get their bodies working with toys. But another really simple one that you can play at home with your dog, and it helps strengthen your bond as well, is the treat treasure hunt, I like to call it. As the name suggests, you are simply hiding treats for your dog to hunt them out. The good thing with puppies, for example, it really helps develop their cognitive skills and gets their brain working with your dog. It helps get their sense of smell going, releases endorphins, taps into their problem-solving skills, and again, just gets those bodies and the brains working at the same time. It's a pretty simple game to teach them. With first timers, you might have to show them how it's done. If you've got a Labrador, I'm pretty sure they're going to figure it out straight away. So it is a simple game and it is an awesome one, again, to keep them physically moving and also strengthen that bond. For the first couple of times, put your dog on a leash so they're restrained, or else put them into a sit and let them watch where you're hiding the treats, just so they can see where they are, making it really easy for them. Release your dog from their sit or their leash. When they target in on a treat, you indicate that they're correct by saying yes or using a clicker, which marks that they're heading in the right direction, and they then get the reward, which is the treat itself. Once they are reliably performing this, you can then say, find your treats as the cue word, so you're working in some obedience training techniques too. Some dogs are quicker than others, so if your dog is a little unsure about what to do, you could gently lead or direct them over to where the treat is hidden to help. After you're confident your dog understands find your treats, it means you can start making it a bit more challenging. Have them stay in another room when you hide the treats. As they get better at the game, start to hide them in places that really require them to use their nose, such as under a rug or even an object like a paper cup. Go find your treats. Good boy. The great thing about this game is that when you go out and leaving them alone for a while, it keeps them busy, and it also helps create a positive association with your departure. To find out more tips for keeping your dog mentally and physically stimulated, visit the Pooches at Play website, or to find out more about the VitaPet treat range, visit theirs. If your dog is suffering from diarrhea, vomiting, allergies, or even skin conditions, it could be caused by poor gut health, including a syndrome called leaky gut. Now, Narelle, you're the expert on this. Tell us a little bit what that means.
Basically what that means is that the lining of the gut becomes more porous than it should be. So an easy way to think about it is to imagine the gut lining like a very fine single-layered cheesecloth. So it's designed to let certain nutrients like our vitamins and minerals in.
All the good things.
All the good things, and keep out large undigested food particles, toxins, pathogenic bacteria, things like that.
Okay, all the bad stuff. So how does it impact on our dog's health when they do have this?
So what happens, all of those large particles that are now in your dog's bloodstream but which shouldn't be there, that can overstimulate their immune system and make them much more prone to both environmental allergies as well as food allergies, in addition to a whole range of other potential health problems. While we most commonly see digestive issues and skin issues as the main symptom of leaky gut, it can also manifest as yeasty ears, joint diseases, autoimmune disorders, and even behavioural problems.
Okay, so what causes leaky gut mostly?
Yeah, so there's lots of potential causes, but what's probably most relevant to dog owners is the type of diet that they're feeding their dogs every day. So, for example, highly processed grain-based diets, they're a major contributing factor to the increased prevalence that, of leaky gut that we're seeing in dogs. A lot of the commercial products contain synthetic additives, preservative, colours, so they can have a very inflammatory effect in the gut.
So what are some of your tips for the viewers at home for both humans and dogs to address this?
Well, one of the best things that we can do is eat a more species-appropriate whole food diet. So for our dogs, this means avoiding diets that are very high in sugar and synthetic additives and having them consume more whole food, so more of your animal proteins and fats, more fruits and vegetables, prebiotics, probiotics. By improving their gut health, we're going to strengthen their immune system and ultimately make them less prone to allergies and skin issues.
If a dog already has skin allergies, how can we improve that through their diet?
The best approach is to feed a single protein diet, as it gives you the best opportunity to figure out what's triggering the problem. What you want to feed or what you want to look for in a commercial raw food product is one that contains just the meat, the offal and the bone of a single animal species. So just turkey or just kangaroo, for example. So they're particularly good examples because they have a lower allergenic potential than some of the other meats. In addition to feeding a diet that reduces inflammation, we want to look at ways that we can reduce the itch and support the integrity of the skin barrier. So I'm looking for sources of omega-3 fats, things like our fresh salmon, sardines, chia seeds, ingredients like turmeric, coconut oil, they're all lovely. And as a naturopath and a herbalist, you can't go past nettle and alfalfa for reducing that chronic itch. And gotcha cola is the go-to herb for tissue healing and repair.
Okay, I might try that myself. If you'd like to find out how you can help your dog's gut, though, through a Big Dog Pet Foods diet, visit their website. Thanks, Narelle.
Thank you.
You've given me some food for thought.
Yes.
Excuse the pun. Knowing how to choose the best diet for your dog is not always easy. That's why I've done the hard work for you in my new book, Eat, Play, Love Your Dog. I also cover off training tips, brain games, how to build a bond with your dog, and how to look after your dog's health from puppyhood through to end of life. Available nationally in bookstores, online and pet stock stores. Visit poochesatplay.com for more details.
There are two places just a couple of hours from Sydney that I can't recommend more highly for a pet-friendly holiday. They're the Blue Mountains and Kangaroo Valley. Both were affected by the recent bushfires, and with COVID shutting down tourism, they're in desperate need of a cash injection. So not only will you be having a great time, you'll be helping those in need. First, let's have a look westward. First stop at the top has to be Echo Point Lookout to see the famous Three Sisters. They're an iconic part of the state and also a symbol of the region. From there, it's all about enjoying a stroll with your dog in a beautiful mountain setting. There's also markets, cafes, and a little bit of shopping. For a weekend in the mountains, the best place to base yourself is in Lura or Katoomba. There's plenty of pet-friendly accommodation available, from Airbnbs and a caravan park to the beautiful Fairmont Resort. My second choice for a quick escape takes you south to a region known as the Shoalhaven. Kangaroo Valley is where the bush and mountains meet rolling farmland. It's also not that far from the coast. This is a place with a small town country vibe, but the sophistication of the city. There's the stunning Shoalhaven River flowing through, where you and your pooch can take a walk. There are art and craft shops on the historic main street, an old world pub, cafes, restaurants and tea houses. It's a lot like the Blue Mountains in that you go there to do very little, which is just what you want from a weekend away.
So if you find yourself in Sydney or you're passing by and you're stuck for things to do over a weekend with your pooch, then pay one of these destinations a visit.
If you're planning your future caravanning adventure, then consider heading on from Sydney to visit Victoria when you can. In 2020, you can still get your caravan and camping show fix by checking out the virtual show being run by the Caravanning Industry Victoria. It's gonna be awesome.
The devastating bushfires at the start of 2020 were a tragic reminder that for both our own and our pets' safety, it's vital that we are prepared and know what to do in an emergency. Mel, how can people prepare themselves and their pets for an emergency?
Well, one thing you can start with is to just think about your risk and what sort of risks you're exposed to, because that will help you know what you need to prepare for and what triggers there might be. Also make a plan for your whole family, so not just the human members of the family, but obviously all of the pets as well, and that includes the chickens as well as the horses. And then also discuss your plans with the members of your household, so everybody knows what the plan is, what they might need to do. If you've got neighbours you can talk to, again, just try and share your plans with your neighbours so they know what you're going to be doing as well.
And if we want to protect our pets in particular when it all breaks out, what should we be looking to do?
Again, when emergencies hit, the last thing you want to be doing is making these sorts of decisions on the fly about what you're going to do. So being prepared is really important in that case. And making sure that we think about the anxiety that our pets will pick up on as well, so they can pick up on our own stress. So you want to think about making sure they're in the house as soon as you've got any idea that you might have to leave. The cats will run off at the first thing. The horses might get a bit flighty. So you want to be preparing them as quickly and as soon as you can as well. Also, think about identification, because one thing that can happen, of course, is if you get separated from your pets, you need to be reunited. So mostly for our dogs and cats, that's the microchips, and making sure the microchip address is actually your current address.
That's right, up to date.
And obviously other animals need different types of identification, and sometimes the containers are the things you need to put the identification on. So the carriers, the crates, tanks, depending what what creatures you've got. So those are all really important things to just bear in mind.
And things like, I guess you should be making sure you've got emergency kits, obviously for your pets as well as for yourself. And stay or go. What should people be doing particularly with the larger animals?
Yeah, no, it is really tricky, and obviously the more animals you have and the larger animals you have, the more time it's going to take you, and of course time is your enemy in these situations often. So what we recommend is that you make a plan for all your pets and you leave early. That's the safest thing you can do.
Okay.
And so that includes thinking about, as I said, what you're going to do with your chickens and your horses.
Yeah.
And getting those onto floats early, especially if you have to make more than one journey to get everybody out. And the roads can get busy, they can get shut, so you need to think about just having that extra time.
What happens if you can't get home?
Well, that's something we really do need to consider, because it happens quite regularly. If you're a commuter, if you drive to work, if you use public transport, these things can get shut down in emergencies and it might not be possible to get home. So it's really important to talk to your neighbours or someone who lives nearby who knows what you want to happen if you can't get home. So have a plan for that scenario, because it is quite likely that could happen.
And where can people get more information?
Well, Blue Arc Animal Ready Community has a Facebook page, so we can direct you to resources from there. The emergency services, the fire authorities and the state emergency services, they all have great resources for pet owners as well.
Okay.
And of course, organisations like RSPCA, World Animal Protection, Animal Welfare League, they also think about pets and preparedness too.
Lovely, thank you. Thanks so much, Mel. Really important information. We were able to share this story with you thanks to the support of Pet Stock Assist through their stores, staff and their customer support. They were able to raise $250,000 this year to help the Australian bushfire appeal. Of course, though, these communities still need our help, so to make a donation or to find out more, visit the Pet Stock Assist website. Thanks, guys.
As a vet and the owner of Bondi Vet Hospital, Dr. Kate Adams is a very busy lady. So thank you so much for taking the time to show me around and also introduce me to Benny here.
Thank you for having us, Morgan.
He is gorgeous.
He is, isn't he?
Tell me a bit about him.
Well, Benny here, he's like the love of my life. He's more than just a dog, he's honestly my best friend. And I have had him since he was 8 weeks old. And he was only tiny, and we have travelled all over Australia together. He's been with me through thick and thin.
That's awesome. And he's a golden retriever?
He is a golden retriever. He's often mistaken as a Labrador, but in fact, no, he is a full golden retriever.
What was it about a golden retriever that made you want to get that breed?
You know, I've wanted a golden retriever since I was a little kid, and I think that everyone in their life at some point needs a golden retriever because they are the happiest of breeds.
He seems very happy. He's very chilled out.
Totally.
Osteoarthritis, also known as degenerative joint disease or DJD, occurs when the cartilage surrounding joints deteriorates and causes long-term inflammation and pain. This condition primarily affects older dogs due to the normal wear and tear that results from ageing. Trauma or developmental abnormalities may also lead to osteoarthritis in dogs of any age. Dogs that are overweight or obese may also be more susceptible to osteoarthritis. Knowing whether it is just old age, osteoarthritis or some other condition that's slowing down your dog can be hard and signs can vary. Some common signs of the condition can include decreased activity, lameness and a stiffness of gait that worsens over time. These symptoms may be increased with prolonged strenuous exercise, long periods of inactivity or cold weather. Your vet can diagnose osteoarthritis based on listening to historical signs as well as a physical examination. This will determine decreased range of joint motion, stiffness, swelling or pain in the joints. Radiographs will show signs of wear and tear in the joints indicative of osteoarthritis. It is a chronic condition, meaning that it's not possible to cure, but there are things that we can do to manage the pain and slow down the progression, such as keeping your dog healthy, active and at their ideal weight range. Swimming, massage and exercise designed to strengthen muscle tone can also be useful. For dogs with osteoarthritis, anti-inflammatory drugs are the mainstay of treatment. Prescribed by your vet, these drugs help control pain and reduce inflammation of the joints, ensuring that your dog has the best possible quality of life. As always, any medication should only be given on the advice of your veterinarian. For dogs like Darcy, who tend to ignore their pain, it's wise to just moderate the intensity of their activity to avoid aggravating the symptoms. There's also medications and supplements including glucosamine, omega fatty acids and green lip mussel, which can help to slow down the progression of the disease. Now, these don't treat the pain, so they're usually used in conjunction with an anti-inflammatory drug. Prompt and ongoing treatment of osteoarthritis is important to help reduce the progression of symptoms. There are excellent options for managing pain and ensuring your dog stays happy and active well into their senior years. Just look at the difference the right treatment can make. Isn't that right, guys?
Would you like to win a Pawsome prize pack valued at over $2,500 for you and your pooch? One lucky winner will win this amazing prize, including a year's supply of VitaPet treats, Big Dog pet foods, NextGuard Spectra monthly chews, and DGG grooming products and tools, as well as a $250 pet stock gift card, Lexi and Me memory foam bed, and a brand new DGG wardrobe. 2 runners-up will also receive a $500 VitaPets treat package. Simply tell us in 50 words or less how your furry friend shows their love for you. Visit the Pooches at Play website to enter. Puppies love treats, so it's important to choose one that will help meet the different nutritional needs puppies have compared to an older dog. Because puppies have a lot of energy to burn, we need to feed them more frequently than adult dogs with different levels of fat and proteins, as well as the vitamins and minerals they need to develop their bones and their bodies. The VitaPet Milky Sticks is a great treat as well as a great source of calcium which puppies need, but they're also suitable for dogs of all breeds and sizes. Meat as the first ingredient is what I always look for in a dog treat, and because a puppy still has its baby teeth, choosing a softer treat option like the VitaPet Soft Chicken Tenders is best. They're made from real chicken breast in a human-grade factory and contain only natural antioxidants and preservatives such as rosemary and vitamin E. It can be really easy to overtreat puppies, so we need to treat responsibly and ensure they make up no more than 10% of their diet. And remember that you need to include the calories from their treats when calculating their total daily calorie intake.
This is the same for adult dogs to avoid overfeeding.
VitaPet Milky Sticks and soft chicken tenders can be found at your local pet stock store.
Or to learn more about their treat range, visit vitapet.com.au. Become a Petstock Rewards member and earn rewards on thousands of products and services store-wide. Receive great upfront benefits and look out for exclusive member opportunities. Terms and conditions apply. Visit the website for details.
Thanks for joining us!
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Pooches at Play. My old mate here still hasn't learned that that's not the way that you train a dog. But anyway, we hope you learned something from the show and we look forward to seeing you again next week. What do you think, Buster? Is he silly? He's silly.
Slow down.
He'll tire out soon, I hope.